thought they had already seen every side of Taylor Swift, she surprised the world again, not with a glamorous red carpet reveal or a polished music video premiere, but with something far more intimate. In newly released behind-the-scenes footage from the making of her hit song Opalite, the global superstar appeared completely makeup-free, relaxed, and emotionally open in a way fans rarely get to witness. The clips instantly sent shockwaves through social media, not because of spectacle, but because of authenticity. For an artist known for meticulous storytelling and carefully crafted eras, this felt different. This felt personal. It was as if the curtain had been pulled back, revealing not just a pop icon at work, but a woman rediscovering herself in real time, raw, joyful, and completely unfiltered. The videos captured moments that felt almost accidental, like glimpses into a private, creative world. Taylor sat inside the recording studio laughing with collaborators, rehearsing lyrics between takes, and celebrating milestones with genuine excitement. Gone were the dramatic stage lights and cinematic filters. Instead, fans saw messy hair, comfortable clothes, and a singer immersed purely in music. She could be heard warming up her voice, joking between recordings, and experimenting freely without pressure. The simplicity of the environment amplified the emotional power of the footage. For many viewers, it felt like watching a friend chase inspiration rather than a megastar crafting another chart-topping hit. Much of that magic unfolded alongside legendary producers Shellback and Max Martin, longtime collaborators responsible for some of modern pop's most iconic sounds. The chemistry between them was undeniable. In one clip, Taylor bursts into laughter after nailing a vocal run, while the producers cheer her on from behind the mixing console. The atmosphere wasn't tense or overly technical. It was playful and collaborative. Viewers could see ideas forming organically, melodies shifting, lyrics evolving, and creative risks being encouraged instead of restrained. It highlighted how, even at the peak of her career, Taylor continues to approach songwriting with curiosity rather than certainty. One of the most talked about moments showed her recording raw vocals, unprocessed, emotional, and imperfect in the most human way possible. Fans heard breaths between lines, spontaneous giggles, and emotional inflections that rarely survive final production edits. These snippets reminded audiences why her music resonates so deeply. Beneath the global fame lies a storyteller who still connects through vulnerability. Her voice cracked slightly during one take, and instead of restarting immediately, she smiled and said it felt real. That small moment became symbolic of the entire project, embracing imperfection as part of authenticity. The behind-the-scenes clips also revealed rehearsals for a quirky dance sequence featuring her on-screen soulmate, actor Domhnall Gleeson. The choreography wasn't designed to look flawless or overly sensual. Instead, it leaned into awkward charm and playful humor. Taylor joked openly about how absurd and hysterical the routine felt, laughing through missed steps and exaggerated movements. Watching her intentionally embrace a slightly dorky performance added another layer to the narrative of Opalite, a song about self-acceptance, emotional freedom, and finding joy without needing perfection. As the footage spread online, fans quickly connected the emotional tone of the song to her real-life relationship with NFL star Travis Kelce. Sources close to the singer have long suggested that the track draws inspiration from the stability and happiness she has found in their relationship. In interviews and candid moments captured during the BTS clips, Taylor appeared grounded and genuinely content, often speaking about feeling more like herself than ever before. That sense of emotional safety seemed to translate directly into her music, creating a softer, more reflective energy that listeners immediately noticed. Observers pointed out that this era of Taylor's career feels markedly different from previous chapters defined by public feuds, intense media scrutiny, or heartbreak-driven narratives. Instead, the Opalite phase feels calm, joyful, and rooted in personal fulfillment. Insiders have hinted that she is focusing not only on music, but also on building a future with Kelce, whose career with the Kansas City Chiefs has made him one of football's most recognizable figures in recent years. The crossover between sports and pop culture has only intensified public fascination, turning their relationship into one of the most talked-about celebrity romances in recent years. In several clips, Taylor reflects on how comfortable she felt during the creation of the project, saying she had never felt more aligned with her true self. That statement resonated deeply with fans who have followed her journey from teenage country prodigy to global pop powerhouse. Over the years, she has reinvented herself repeatedly, often under immense pressure. Yet here, stripped of heavy styling and elaborate personas, she appeared liberated from expectations. The makeup-free aesthetic wasn't just a visual choice, it symbolized emotional transparency, an artist no longer hiding behind a carefully curated image. The celebration of the song's rise to the top of the charts became another emotional highlight. Inside the studio, applause erupted as the team acknowledged the achievement together. Instead of grand announcements or flashy celebrations, the victory felt intimate and shared. Taylor hugged collaborators, thanked everyone repeatedly, and expressed genuine gratitude for the journey. Those moments emphasized how success for her is less about numbers and more about connection, with collaborators, with fans, and with the stories she tells through music. Fans also noticed how humor played a role throughout the footage. Taylor frequently joked about her own awkwardness, poked fun at rehearsal mistakes, and embraced spontaneous silliness. This playful energy contrasted sharply with the intense public perception of her as a calculated perfectionist. Seeing her laugh uncontrollably between takes reminded audiences that behind the industry powerhouse is someone who still finds joy in the creative process itself. Industry insiders believe this openness shown in these clips may signal a broader shift in how major artists present themselves. In an era dominated by curated social media images, audiences increasingly crave authenticity. By sharing raw studio moments and vulnerable performances, Taylor tapped into that cultural desire for realness. Experts say this strategy strengthens emotional loyalty among fans, transforming casual listeners into deeply invested supporters who feel personally connected to the artist's journey. The emotional themes of Opalite also echo broader patterns in her songwriting evolution. Earlier albums often centered around heartbreak and public conflict, while recent work leans toward healing, reflection, and stability. Analysts suggest personal happiness often reshapes artistic expression, and Taylor's current chapter appears to be defined by emotional security rather than turmoil. That shift doesn't reduce the drama in her storytelling. Instead, it introduces a quieter kind of intensity, one rooted in gratitude and self-acceptance. Comparisons quickly emerged between this era and previous turning points in her career. Fans recalled moments when she reinvented her image following public controversies or major life changes. But unlike past reinventions driven by reaction or defense, this transformation feels voluntary and inward-focused. Rather than proving something to critics, she seems focused on expressing who she already is. That distinction has made the Opalite era feel unusually sincere, almost like a deep exhale after years of constant scrutiny. Media outlets, including Entertainment Tonight, reported that Taylor is currently embracing a slower, more intentional pace in both her professional and personal life. Sources claim she is prioritizing happiness and long-term fulfillment over relentless productivity. While she remains one of the hardest-working figures in entertainment, there's a visible shift toward balance, a theme echoed repeatedly throughout the BTS clips. Another fascinating detail noticed by fans was how collaborative the environment appeared. Rather than directing every element, Taylor welcomed input from producers and performers alike. This openness suggested confidence, the willingness to share creative control because she trusts the vision and the people around her. Experts argue that such collaboration often leads to more emotionally layered music, allowing unexpected ideas to shape the final product. As discussions around the clips continued online, many fans described feeling inspired by her vulnerability. Seeing one of the world's most famous performers embrace imperfections encouraged conversations about self-acceptance and authenticity.
The makeup-free look became symbolic not of rebellion against beauty standards, but of comfort within one's own identity. It reinforced the message that confidence doesn't always come from transformation. Sometimes it comes from simply showing up as you are. Looking ahead, many believe this era could redefine how Taylor approaches future projects. The warmth and intimacy surrounding Opalite suggest she may continue exploring storytelling rooted in personal joy rather than conflict. Industry observers predict that audiences will respond strongly to this emotional honesty, especially as fans mature alongside her, sharing similar life transitions and evolving priorities. Ultimately, the behind-the-scenes glimpse into Opalite revealed something far more meaningful than the making of a hit song. It showed an artist reconnecting with her craft, her relationships, and herself. The laughter in the studio, the